already.
If this is your first time watching, kindly subscribe, share this video, and leave us your comment as we have a short discussion with a very beautiful lady from the US of A.
Hi everyone. How are you doing? My name is Alicia. I am here in Ghana. I am from the United States. I am here because I was here for a conference for the National Association of Black Social Workers. The main journey for me being here is to explore a lot about my history, my culture, and where I come from. During this experience, it was very eye-opening with the castles. Um, Going through the whole last bath, I'm experiencing what my ancestors experienced through slavery and coming to the Americas. Um, During that time, I had to learn within myself that during this process, I am laying my ancestors to rest, giving them peace, giving them the knowledge that I did come home, I did touch home soil, and that going forward, I can break generational curses. A lot of times in the States, we're dealing with an identity with ourselves as Black Americans. Um, and what I mean by that is that we have a tendency to hate ourselves, we have a tendency to kill each other, um, hate on each other, and the violence is just uncontrollable with Black Americans. Black on Black crime, then it's white and Black crime, and then every other race. Um, so my purpose of being here today was to, just get a better understanding of self and to help those when I go back home to get a better understanding of them. I would encourage anybody who's Black, African American, or I say Black because we're all Black, to come to Ghana, to come to Africa, no matter where part, and just explore your ancestry. Um, and for those who are here in the motherland, I would encourage you just to come to America, go and explore to see how we are living and educate us. Bring back those traditions that we have lost along the way so that we can become a stronger people. And besides that, I had a lot of fun. I did everything I wanted to do and enjoyed my time here, enjoyed the weather here, even though it's rainy season. But the people here are beautiful, they're nice, and I enjoyed my time.
Yeah, so did you taste any authentic Ghanaian dish?
Jollof rice, all the way. Jollof rice, that's my thing. Jollof rice is my thing. I love the food here. It was really good. Um, The chicken was really good. The fish was good. So, yeah, jollof rice is all the way. I love jollof rice.
So would you want to visit Ghana again?
Yes, I'm definitely coming back. I'm definitely coming back. I want to build a home here because my end goal is that I want to eventually be of the land that I was technically came from. So I am definitely coming back. I'm gonna come back as much as I can to experience my people, to experience my culture, to learn more about my language, what we call my original tongue, and yeah, go from there.
Yeah, so what are some of the lessons that you learned when you came to Ghana?
Some of the lessons that I learned. Wow. Um, the big lessons that I learned that I am not the minority, I am the majority. That was one of my perceptions here. Um, One of the biggest lessons that I learned here is that the European way isn't always the right way um, when it comes to different things. Um, Learning to interact with people appropriately was another lesson that I had to learn, especially when we was in the market, especially when we was going through different towns, well, villages in this case, different villages, and that every village is different, and every rules, everybody doesn't go by the same rules. So that was one of the biggest lessons that I learned during this process.
So, if you look at the social life of the Ghanaians as you came to Ghana, what are some of the things that you identified and think that needs serious attention?
Oh, yes, big one. One of the biggest ones that I noticed is relationships. Um, I know during my time here, that was one of the things that we talked about was relationships and how relationships are built here. And, our parents have quite a bit of a say within relationships. And I kind of figured that we kind of lost that along the way because I know back in the day when my grandmother was growing up and during her time frame, that was like the 40s and 50s, they they did courtship and they dated and the parents met each other and then they went for an engagement and then the whole wedding. And that's not what's happening now. And especially in the States, it's not happening a lot. It's a lot of we just jump into bed and having kids, and the whole idea of marriage is completely lost. Um, so there's something that I noticed that it's definitely a big difference. That the parents have a lot to say, and as well as there's a hierarchy. Your elders, you have respect for your elders. That's another thing that's not really too much done in the states as well. You respect your elders. You have mama, you have baba, you have auntie, you have your brother. Um, those things are there in place for a reason, and it's to show respect to somebody, and especially to the community that you're a part of, and that's something that's not done. And within that, in the states, compared to the states, there's none of that going on. You really do have people that are just really at each other's
Um, the, Let me ask you this. You saw that one day African music was being played anywhere you went, and you listened to the rhythm. Almost all of your group members were able to dance to the rhythm as if you've had rehearsals already. Why is that? Even though you do not live in Ghana, but you live elsewhere, but the moment you hear the rhythm, you move like somebody who lives here.
we met because so a lot of our dance moves, because I'm a dancer, I do West African dancing, belly dancing, ballet. So I was always had that ability to dance. Um, those dances that we do now originate from Africa. And a lot of people don't understand. We talk about twerking. Twerking was, something that the tribal ladies did. They called it something different. We had a lot of, where we bounce and do a lot of different dances and things like that that actually originated from Africa. A lot of times, a lot of people don't know, like DC, we have what we call go-go music, but go-go music is like soca music, which originates, of course, the Caribbeans, and then from there, if I'm not mistaken, is an African beat. So we naturally have that beat in us, and we naturally were born with the rhythm, and that's a soul thing. That's our ancestors like speaking to us. So that's kind of like how I feel when I dance to music. It's home to me. It's the ancestors talking. It's something that we done for generations.
So you believe that it is this blood that runs through your veins that
It's
gives you the
literally your
directions and the
ancestors
moves.
running through your veins that gives you those moves. Yes.
What was the feeling like? Because I know probably you might have read a bit or in detail about the castles in Ghana where slavery enslaved Africans actually had it tough. When you visited the castles, what was the feelings like?
So my feelings were like in the castles. I kind of like disconnected for a minute, and I'm gonna be honest. I disconnected for the first castle. And the reason why I disconnected from the first castle because I quite didn't understand.
What was the first castle?
Oh, Cape Coast. Thank you. Cape Coast. Cape Coast was the first castle. And I disassociate myself from Cape Coast because um it was very I didn't understand it. It was like a little kid, you don't understand things until, it doesn't register. And I was like, okay, they were here. Okay, I don't get it. Okay, we're going through these doors and then we're coming back in, but I didn't really get it. It wasn't until we went to the second castle. And I want to say that's the Amina Castle. And when I saw those sheets on the floor where women were held captive, where the men from Portuguese who were just standing and just took their pick of women whenever they felt like it, and um, the when we went into the dungeons and they were just getting smaller and smaller and doors just closing and it was dark, that's when it actually started to click and hit because it was like, wait, okay, and we got to stand like this for how long? And that's when it started to resonate with me, and that's when I started to be like, oh my gosh, this is a panic. Some people had panic attacks. Some people literally died in here, and I started to feel what my ancestors were feeling, and it almost made me sick in a way. And I was like, never again. I said, never again. We're not going through this ever again. I don't care what, politics saying in the States. We're not going through that again. We're not, trying to make America great again and whatever else they're wanting to do. We're not going through that again. We're not going backwards. We want to move forward. And we want to break those generational curses.
Your final word.
Okay. So to everybody, I would tell anybody and everybody who hasn't had a chance to visit the motherland to just come experience it for yourself. Know that you're welcome. You're welcome here. Okay, you're always welcome here, and everybody is welcoming to being here. And get that original name. Farrakhan always talked about that. Getting to our original names. The names that we have, our last names, is not our name. And that was another big thing that I tell people: get that original name. Get that name that you was originally meant to have. So that was like a very big part of me, something that I'm gonna carry with me until eternity. So definitely come, experience it, enjoy it. It's so much to do here. Um, yeah, and if you have the ability to stay here, I say go for it too.
It's been nice talking to you,
Yes.
Alicia.
Yes,
Thank you for your
sure.
time.
Yes, I am a photographer.
Bye.
Bye.